It's a good tuna, but I think I paid too much.
I always wear my mask and wash my hands after going home.
I am the king of the ring.
Welcome back to the Japan What Podcast. We're doing another AI music special today, and we're going to feature a lot of trumpets, a lot of hip-hop grooves, a lot of breakbeat grooves, a lot of tight drum grooves. It's not all just trumpets and electronic noise. All this is all made with AI music from Suno. And I am Matt Bigelow, the AI whisperer for MatthewPMBigelow.com, representing the Japan What Podcast, as always. And what we're going to do today is just take a look at more of these grooves that I've been developing ever since Suno has released its version 4.5. I felt like the fidelity of the music is now at the point where it can be broadcast live. So this is a Friday today when we're recording this, and I was thinking, again, putting on the DJ hat and providing some Friday grooves. So this music is not intended to blow your mind. This music is not intended to totally capture all of your attention. This music is intended to help you get where you need to go. It's meant to be like background music that becomes more interesting or less interesting, but it doesn't interfere with what you're doing. That's not how it's designed anyways, and I hope you enjoy some of these tracks that we have lined up for you today. The first one being Fuji Fever Fling. Let's get into it. All right, let's go. That's track one of the old AI Music Podcast number 2 that we got lined up for today. We did one last week. Some people gave some positive feedback about it, and I kind of liked it as well. Sometimes the news about AI is always like blah, 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 blah. It's good to know about, but sometimes it's nice to have fun with the AI as well, and that's what we're going to do. So that was the Fuji Fever Fling, prompted by me, Matt Bigelow, the AI Whisperer. Next, we're going to move into the Trumpet Haze Runner. This will have a pretty different beat behind it, so we'll see. More of a breakbeaty, sampled funk beat. This one has synthesizers and trumpets, and the synthesizers try to sound like trumpets. These tunes will just bring your imagination along in a new way. getting to where you need to go. It's meant to help with that. Trumpet Raise Hunter. And next one is going to be Tokyo Tidy Teas. And I've set it up. The first three here is kind of a contrast between each other. A different way that drum beats will push the song. That last one had a cool beat. But sometimes that beat takes up too much of the song. And these ones let the song groove. Yeah. I'll be choosing most of the songs with this type of drum beat. The previous song had a great beat, but it's almost like after 30 or 40 seconds, what do you do with it? But this beat will allow the song to just breathe. And that's very true for the next one here. This next song called First of the Fumes. I hear this bass line. I kind of go, wow, that's a little aggressive. Oh, what type of trumpet's going to be overlaid on this riff? A little staccato-y. We're going to get some like grinding, aggressive trumpet lines. Yeah, that's what I would do if I was in the room. What would AI do? smooth groove. Got a little repetitive, but I like that line. When I'm walking around and that song comes on, I'm like, I just groove to it. So those are the instrumentals to warm us up to the next couple of songs here. And I wanted to focus on a couple, this is a bit of an experiment. So these next two songs have vocalists in them. Can you tell the difference between these next two songs that have vocals in them?
In this terra nata of my natal claim, an interloper amidst an uncharted realm, I watch the deluge of an alien hell, newcomers blending in a disparate frame. The indigenous adrift in their own lore, unseeing of the tide that now encroaches their heritage slowly, subtly broaches, oblivious to the flood that's at the door. From disparate lands we come a quiet surge, each step a whisper in the night's embrace. Their world, their ways begin a slow efface as foreign roots and native soil converge. Us in this silence,
called Flooded Doors. Some people will say to me, my musician friends, hey, you're getting too much into this AI music stuff. It should be with the people. And I go, yeah, but I have a family now. I don't make as much money as I used to. I don't have time or the money to throw around this cash. So this stuff is like, I can put in the prompts, dwell up the tunes, put them together. And that previous one had this lyric in it called autochthonous, which is a Greek word originally. And it kind of means just local people. But imagine trying to get somebody to sing the autochthonous properly.
In this terra knot of my natal claim, an interloper amidst an uncharted realm, I watch the deluge of an alien helm, newcomers blending in a disparate frame. The indigenous adrift in their own lore, unseeing of the tide that now encroaches their heritage, slowly, subtly broaches, oblivious to the flood that's at the door. From disparate lands we come a quiet surge, each step a whisper in the night's embrace. Their world, their ways begin a slower face, as foreign roots and native soil converge. Thus in this silence, creeping confluence, the natives' claim erodes in innocence. In this expanse where I, estranged, abide, I witness the confluence of myriad streams, the influx silent like nocturnal dreams, a tapestry of faces side by side. The autochthonous constant, ancient rites perceive not the transformation's quiet swell, while diverse cultures in their presence dwell. They slumber unaware of shifting sights. Each morn ushers in more unfamiliar tread, a kaleidoscope where once was unity. Their stories, their songs, a new community. Yet the locals in their naivety lie dead. We expand unseen in this domain. One transforms beneath the tranquil rain.
Yeah, so they're the same song that I inputted. I asked the AI to prompt it. I hit it twice. It gave me the first song and the second song. Let me pause this. So it's both a good thing and a bad thing, because it means like you can't just go and change something. You can't say, hey, can you change that a little bit? Because it makes the whole song at the same time. It's not like a bassist and a guitarist start jamming out. It makes the whole song at the same time. But like the first song had really tight drums in the forward in the mix with a really kind of tight and echoey snare. The second one was written in 6/8 time, and it had just a very relaxed and plodding 6/8 groove. The singers are similar but different. It's interesting how it'll just take the same input. You hit make it, and it's almost like two different bands came at you with a request. Like, hey, I want this type of song. And these are the lyrics. And they come back to you. They have they're singing autochthonous both perfectly. Interesting. We're going to skip out of I just wanted to kind of showcase how it'll take the lyrics and make two completely different songs in the same vein, and how interesting to me that is, that they both are at this professional studio level standard. It's pretty amazing technology, in my opinion. I don't know if you think that, but I do. The next one, we're going to go back into the instrumentals for the rest of the podcast here. This next one is called We See You in the Groove. And I put this one in here because of just the direction that the song takes, the horns and the bass line and the breaks and stuff like that. Again, not something I would ever think to do as a human. We see you in the groove. We See You in the Groove. Crazy song. I like it. It's like, what's going on there? Next up, we got Kimono, Kink, and Polish. A palate cleanser. It's just a palate cleanser. That was Kimono Kink and Polish. Next up, we got the Hazy Honshu Holes. You never guess where these tunes are going to go. Where are these tunes going to go? Hazy Honshu Holes. I like that song just because the grace in which the... Wow, that's not graceful. Anyways, you get it. This one's moving on. right, that one was called Shinto Sweat and Sin. And for the same reasons, you think it, because you have like these hip-hop style beats, it's going to be some sort of gangster rap thing, but it's AI, so it does what I tell it to do. I put in things like Soviet wave and trumpets and heavy compression and tape emulation and cool hip-hop beats and grooves, and it will mix those all together. So it kind of has like, it starts off with like this hip-hoppy beat, and it almost sounds like it's going to go into something typical, but then like the mixes with the trumpets, with those promptings, and you get all these echoes and repetitions. I just think it's very interesting how it makes this music. And it makes it music. It removes the ego that is so often involved with humans. The next one is called Hot Sponge Hussy Hustle. Loading. There we go. Yeah, just a nice, easy groove. Some of these groovy ones, almost just easier to listen to. Those innovative ones make me go, wow, this technology's got something going on inside of it. But sometimes you just like the groove that guides you along. Some nice horn lines over top. It just gets you where you need to go. Am I wrong? Racy Rub Down. We've all been there before. Next up is In the Synth Blaze. Just getting some groovy ones going. Maybe we're trying to get you where you need to go. See, with this beat, it's a little bit busier than the other ones, so it still should allow the tune to breathe a bit more. But there's only so much you can do once the drummer kicks it up a notch. In the Synth Blaze. Again, just another groovy one. And it breathes a little bit more. It wasn't so busy, that drum beat. Next up, we got 3 Valves, In My Soul. This one almost has a disco-y beat, which I kind of really don't like most of the time, but this bass line, yeah. Yeah, I've had that song playing when I was on my Bluetooth speaker in the kitchen while just doing dishes, and I'm like, you lose yourself in the tone after a while. This one we're getting innovative again with Mouthpiece of My Mind. All right. Never thought that would come out of a computer 2 years ago, but now it's commonplace. You like Morphine, the band, not the drug. This might remind you a little bit of them, especially the Morphine Orchestra, which formed after the tragic death of Mark Sandman, the king of the two-stringed bass. That was Giving You Steak Instead on the number 2 podcast for this AI special. Do I want to do this one? Yeah, we got 2 more lined up for you on this podcast. Date and time unknown. Future release date TBD. We bring you Wet Bench. I thought of this title when I was looking at a wet bench. Notice how those simpler beats allow the tune to develop a little bit more. Sometimes when it kicks in with those busy break beats, I'm immediately drawn into it, but it's almost too much for my ears, and it takes up too much of the bandwidth of the song. But these other ones, it just allows it to breathe. I can even interject a little bit more without having a bunch of snares and bass drums going off. Anyways, that was Wet Bench. Like I said, I was inspired by this title as I was in Shinjuku Gyoen looking at a wet bench. Did I play this song last time? I might not play that tune. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this will be the last one for today, called Grab It by the Bell. I'll be on the other end to deliver a very special message. And that was Grab It by the Bell. And that's going to, I'll roll out with this last one here. So thank you for listening to the AI Music Podcast number 2. I'm going to call this one the Tengu'S Horn. Just a variety of how advanced this system is these days and how good it can be. I don't know if you like this style of music. I happen to like it very much. And it's difficult these days to just get a trumpet and a DJ together and make this kind of music. More people did it a long time ago. So the availability of people who do it, less. The cost, way too high. The time, not even there. But with this stuff, it's like it makes time available and a product inevitable, really. So thank you for listening to the Japan What Podcast AI Music Special number 2, The Tengu'S Horn. Go to MatthewPMBigelow.com, and if you've enjoyed this content, make a donation via PayPal at paypal.me/JapanWUT. Thank you for listening, everybody. Until next time, have a very warmful and heartful Ja Mata Ne.